Erik Ten Hag has made 15 signings so far as Manchester United manager. How many of them have been good? How many of them have been bad? What I'm going to do in this video is rank them, in my opinion, from best to worst. Now, spoiler alert, I don't think you're going to agree with everything that I do in this video and everything that I say. You can let me know what you think in the comments below. Might be war in the comments, and we'll find out. But I want to do this video because I think it's really important, especially with Paul Mitchell coming in maybe and Jim Ratcliffe and the changes that are going to be happening. How successful have United's transfers been under Erik Ten Hag so far? And what I'm going to do is run through them in order. So let's go back to where it all began with Lisandro Martinez. And I'll be totally honest. Lisandro Martinez, for me, sits on that tier. So Lisandro Martinez, for me, is the super signing that Ten Hag has made. We've missed him massively. Not just his quality on the ball, but his actual presence, like how he plays, his personality, the aggression that he has, and how everybody plays around him. I think he's the best signing that we've made under Erik Ten Hag. Price, I don't really care about that. I just mean he's the best signing that we've made. And for me, he's probably the only player that's going to be on that S tier. Spoiler alert. All right, let's go for Malacia next. I'm not really going to take, well, I suppose you have to take into account how much they were signed for, but Malacia, I'm going to go down, it's probably a C. I don't think he's been a bad signing in any way, shape, or form. I said when we signed him that we should be signing more players like that. You know, player was paid like 13, 14 million for him. He's a good backup to Luke Shaw, but then he missed this entire season. I mean, sod knows what his injury is. No one even knows what his injury is. I think Malacia is a decent signing. I think it's a bad signing, but that's why I'm going to put him down as a C. Now, let's move on to the next one, which is Christian Eriksen. Now, for me, Christian Eriksen, I think, has got to go in the A-list. Right, we signed him on a free transfer after we couldn't sign Frenkie de Jong. And last season, Christian Eriksen, you're looking at him going, might be the best free transfer that we've ever made as a club. I think he stays on that list. His impact hasn't been anywhere near as good this season. All right, I think Casemiro falls into that category as well. But I think for a free transfer and what we needed, I think Eriksen has been a pretty damn good transfer for Erik Ten Hag. I'm going to put him down as the A. Now, Casemiro. Last season, without a shadow of a doubt, he goes in the A list, and there will be people that would have argued to put him up there. But I've got to be totally honest, and some might disagree with this, and no doubt it's going to cause some problems. I'm going to put Casemiro down in the B list, and let me explain. When we didn't sign Frenkie de Jong, what our club should have had was a ready-made de Jong like-for-like profile replacement. You can't get de Jong? Let's get this player. I don't know who that player would have been, but it's not my job too. That would be the club's scouting department. Instead, we didn't know what to do. We went and got Casemiro because they had signed, Real Madrid had signed Tchouaméni. Profile perspective, that signing was incorrect. From a quality perspective, Casemiro was quality last season. This season, he's fallen off a cliff because the start of players changed. But I think we could have and should have spent 70 million wiser than we did on Casemiro, and that's why he's on the B list. And I think, well, that same conversation applies to Antony. I'll be honest, Antony could be on the F list for a lot of people, and I think he probably will be. For me, I'm putting him on the D list in just the weird little bit of hope I've got left that he might come good. But Antony is probably going to be known as the definition of the transfer that a manager can make, where Ten Hag thought he was the best player that he could get for that position because it's what Ten Hag knew from Ajax. Whereas in reality, if you've got the right scouting and footballing department behind it, they will be able to identify better players who are significantly cheaper than 85 million for Antony in that position. And he's not done it at United. We've got all the allegations that have happened since as well. Yeah, so 85 million is definitely like a waste of money this time. And I think that is the definition of a manager signing rather than what a smart club would do. And that's why I'm putting him down in the D list. And you can put him down in the F if you really want to. Somebody who's definitely going in the F list, by the way, is Martin Dubravka. Did he play like 45 minutes for us? I can't even remember. I think it was in a League Cup. And did he get taken off at half time as well? And then he just went back to Newcastle. Well, that was a weird signing. He's definitely on the F list. And I know there's going to be people that are going to put Antony on that F list as well. But look, let's go down here and let's go to Weghorst. Weghorst for me, right? When it comes to work rate, let's go up to an A. When it comes to, actually putting the ball in the net, you could put him down as an F, really. So in the middle of that is a C. Hey, look, we were desperate. It's just like signing Igalo, just like signing whoever else we signed. There's a dramatic late signing in the January transfer window when we're panicking. Weghorst was another one of those. He was all right. He scored a goal, enjoyed himself. Remember, was it the penalty he scored against Brighton in the FA Cup semi and the celebrations after winning the Carabao Cup? Yeah, he lived his dream out for a little while. Put him down as a C, nothing more. And Sabitzer absolutely goes in the same category. Both loan signings. Sabitzer, I think, could have been a significantly better player for us. Well, if he actually could play, because, injuries and all that. It's a shame for him, because I actually thought he would have been a pretty decent signing. But Sabitzer's going to go down as a C. I mean, maybe a D. No, I'm going to put him down as a C. We move on to, that's the first year, well, first two transfer windows. First summer and January. Now we move on to this summer and what's happened here. And Mason Mount is first on this list. Now, in the same way that I think Casemiro, we could have profiled ourselves better and spent 70 million on a better De Jong like-for-like replacement, and I think we could have profiled better and signed somebody that wasn't just a trusted guy from the manager, and actually, we did our job properly as a club. I think Mason Mount, I know why Ten Hag got him, because he wanted to play the two aggressive number 8s. It was part of his style system he was going towards, but I think Manchester United could have spent 60... I think what United should have done this summer was spend 60 million on a player like Amrabat in that position, like an athletic, dominant central midfielder. And then what we should have been doing on deadline day was trying to sign a number 8 as a panic. Instead, it was the other way around. And that's why I'm going to put Mason Mount down as a C. I think he can come good. And I hope that by the end of the season, we can upgrade him to a B, maybe even an A, sod knows. But I think as it stands, I'm going to put him down as a C signing because I think we could have spent that money wiser, given the needs and the holes in this squad. Just my opinion. You can let me know what you think in the comments below. Now, next up is Onana. And I am putting Onana up on the A tier, right? And I'm not just judging that according to his signings this season. I'm judging that according to how impactful a signing I think Onana will be when his United career is done. And I think it's going to be a lot more impactful than he currently has been. Last couple of games, Copenhagen with the penalty save, performance against City. There you go. That's a bit more. There you go. But Onana, I think, will come good. I've got every belief that he will come good as a Manchester United player. And that's a personal opinion. Not everybody has that. I know. I don't share that opinion with everybody. Let's see in the goodness of time. But for me, I'm going to put him down as an A. And Rasmus Højlund, you let me know what you think about this one. I'm also going to put Rasmus Højlund on the A list. All right? I think that signing there, now, price-wise, did we overpay? Yep. Everyone knows we overpaid for it. Pretty much. Is there a player on this list we didn't overpay for? Malacia? And Onana. Just by looking at it, I don't know. Martinez, well, I mean, we've still a lot, but no, we didn't overpay. So Martinez, Malacia, and Onana, we didn't overpay for. The rest of them we did, including Højlund. But Højlund, that for me is the perfect type of signing that this club needs to make. Someone who's in the age range of like 20 to 23, has bags of potential, bags of talent, already a top-level player, but clearly has a much higher ceiling. And with the right coaching and the right environment, can become a world-class star. I think that's exactly where Højlund falls into, that category. So for me, it's an A-type signing. Now, Johnny Evans. Given that we were begging for a centre-back, we had nothing else to do, we ran out of money. Johnny Evans, I'm going to give him a C. In that scenario, that environment, I think it was an okay signing. However, Manchester United should not be signing Johnny Evans. Should not be playing Johnny Evans in 2023, 12 years on from him getting sent off in the 6-1 defeat against City at Old Trafford. The fact that he started that derby just goes to show how bad, how poor our squad is overall. We're missing Varane. We're missing Martinez. Lindelof was fit, but Lindelof, of course, had to play left back. It's just injuries. But for me, Evans is going down as a C. You can let me know what you think about that in the comments below. And I think Reguilon, yeah, I'm going to put him down the same. I'm going to put him down as a C as well. I think Reguilon, hey, look, the reason we signed Reguilon was because Luke Shaw got injured. Malacia hasn't kicked the ball for us this season. We were desperate for a left back, and Cucurella played a game for Chelsea in the League Cup and then couldn't play for United. Brilliant. Yeah, well done, Chelsea. I think he's been a pretty good signing so far. I think he'll, again, I can't really get massively excited about a loan signing who's only going to be at the club for a couple of months. It's like a stopgap. And I think that's pretty much, well, are all of them in there? Sabitzer's in there. Weghorst is in there. Reguilon's in there. Maybe not Amrabat. Well, not Amrabat, spoiler alert. But Reguilon, I'm putting down as a C. I think you could potentially have him down as a B. Maybe I'm being a little bit harsh. But you can let me know what you think about that. And Amrabat, now, Amrabat, I think, is going to be in this category. And this is, hey, look, Anybody who knows the channel by now knows I am an eternal optimist, and sometimes that doesn't work out for me. I might not be having Amrabat anywhere near that by the end of the season, but I hope that he is, because he's the only profiled midfielder we've really got in there who has an element of ball control, who has an element of give me the ball. Now, we're not playing like that at this moment in time. We've gone to a pragmatic approach, very direct, kind of negating the midfield and kind of kicking it long a lot of the time. So we're not playing to the strengths of Onana at all as it stands. We're not playing to the strengths of Amrabat as it stands. And that's why I was so excited about signing both of them. But I think we will. And once we do, I think the importance of those two players will become even more apparent. Now, I would love to put Bayindir on a list here somewhere, but I can't. He hasn't kicked the ball for us yet. So he can just float in the sky there. He can be like the moon in the corner. Probably the sun, actually, considering it's daytime. But that is my tier list, all right? Let's go full screen. I've got Martinez on the S list, and he's the only player there. I've got Eriksen, Onana, Højlund, and Amrabat down as A's. Casemiro down as a B. That's going to cause some controversy, I know. You could probably put him as an A. You really, really could. But I've got him as a B there, sod it. C, I've gone for Malacia, Weghorst, Sabitzer, Mount, Evans, and Reguilon. Anthony down there as a lowly D, and Dubravka, he's just snuck in there as an F somehow. He shouldn't really be on that list. What's yours? Which ones do you massively... I imagine me putting Casemiro there is going to be the biggest problem, and probably putting Amrabat above Casemiro. I just think that we could have spent 70 million on a player with a better profile than Casemiro if we did our job properly. And look, if we had any money, then we'd sign a player that's better than Amrabat rather than him on loan on deadline day. But the fact here that I'm looking at this list will really tell you that the transfers haven't been perfect under Ten Hag by any stretch of the imagination, and we need that refreshment of a new modern system. We need so many more S's and A's rather than tons just sitting in the C category. You can let me know what you think about that list and how much of it you disagree with. Yeah, quite a lot probably. Drop a like on the video. As I said, leave yours in the comments. We've got to get better at transfers, man. We need Paul Mitchell.